What's up, guys? For today's knife review, we're talking about the Gerber Applegate Combat Folder. Let's do a quick 360 and roll right into the talking points. So first item, price. On Amazon, you're looking at $100 to $120. I was lucky. I bought this on base for $50. I don't know if they're doing a clearance or a special sale, but if you are on a military base and they sell this, check it out, because they're probably selling for half of the price that you would normally buy this for. Fit and finish, excellent. I have no issues with the fit and finish. Everything is solid, well put together. No complaints there. For the blade, so blade steel is 420 HC. Just doing a quick internet check, and it's a good steel, you know, budget steel, not a super steel, but it's very durable and used a lot in machetes. So if it's a steel good enough for machetes, then it's a steel good enough for a long-lasting knife. Next item is the handle and liners. So the handle material is made out of glass reinforced nylon, and it feels good, feels solid. Not as solid as G10 or whatever cold steel uses, but it feels good. And there are full steel liners inside the blade. However, it is still somewhat squishy. Now that has no effect on the strength of the knife. Just for me, I'm kind of against knives that you can compress this easily. But other than that, it's a good handle. Next item is lockup. So you've got your standard liner lock, and lockup is fantastic. Deploys very good, very easily, and there is absolutely no blade play whatsoever. There is also a secondary safety lock up here, so you just push it up, and what that does is, if you can see, so there's that little metal tab, so pushing the safety on puts that tab in the way of the liner, so you can't fully compress the liner to disengage the blade. I actually like this safety because it's very ergonomic. You would just deploy the blade, and where your thumb naturally falls is going to push in or turn on the safety just automatically. You know, there's no thought in it. So it's very reminiscent of a M1 Garand or Mini 14 or M1A safety, because it's like, assuming that this area is the trigger, the safety is right there for you to, not even thinking, just turn on and turn off. So good job on lockup and all that jazz. Next item is, does it carry well? Ergonomics, weight, comfort, etc. So ergonomics is good, holds good in the hand. I wish they would have made some more, I guess, jimping or textured area down here, because the style of this blade is, I mean, obviously it's designed for penetration. So with the amount of force using to push this knife into something, it would be nice to have a little bit grippier texture. There's jimping in the choils and there's jimping on the top of the blade, so that's good. But yeah, other than that, it's a perfectly decent handle. Next item is weight. So this comes in at around 7.5 ounces. I think 7.4 ounces. So not a light blade, but not super heavy. But if for the people that are super picky about how heavy their knives are, then this one's going to be definitely way too heavy for you. Comfort, it's comfortable, and that's really all. Oh yeah, I guess for pocketability, it's only tip down carry. That's a little bummer, because I mean, like, I'm sure there's some people that prefer tip down carry over tip up carry, but I would almost bet that a majority, and a significant majority, of knife owners and knife enthusiasts prefer tip up carry over tip down. So I don't know what their thinking was on that, but it is what it is. It is reversible, so that's good. Next item, is it worth the price? For the price that I paid for, yes. For 50 bucks, if you're on a military base and you can get this for 50 bucks, then I think it's worth the price. For the Amazon price, 100 to 120 bucks, yeah, no, that's a little bit too high for what you're getting. Now, if the blade steel was a better quality, then, you know, then I would change my mind, but I don't know. That's my opinion. It's up to you whether or not you think it's worth the price. Should you buy? same thing, it's up to you. If you're a collector, then yes, I think you should buy it. Now, I don't really know much about the designers, Applegate or Fairbairn, but I mean, you got their signatures on the blade, which obviously means that this is somewhat of a collector's item. Plus, it just looks cool, you know, if you're into stilettos, because that's what this kind of reminds me of, is a stiletto blade, like the cold steel tie light almost. Now, if you're like a worker or you need a utilitarian blade, I would pass on this one, and we'll go into that in the next item. So next item is overall thoughts. So overall, I think this is a fantastic knife, but there's one thing that ruins the whole knife for me. So if you can see here, this lanyard hole, it's not just a hole, it's an entire metal column that goes across the handle. So if you can see it right there, see that little metal piece? So that's the lanyard hole. We'll just call it the lanyard bar. Now, in most folding knives, when you close a knife, there's a stop pin kind of that hits the unsharpened part of the blade at the base of the blade to stop the knife when you close it. So the rest of the sharpened portion of the blade is free floating. Now in this knife, the thing that stops this knife is this metal lanyard bar. So if you hear that noise that you're hearing, that's the top of this sharpened blade hitting this lanyard bar. So it's, I don't know anything about if whether or not it's going to like really damage your knife, but in my mind, my common sense tells me that metal on metal is never a good thing, especially if it's the sharpened part. So it just seems like a huge design flaw, the fact that they decided to use the metal lanyard bar to hit the sharpened part of the knife to stop the knife. It just seems so stupid to me. So other than that, if that did not exist, this is a fantastic knife. It looks cool, it feels good, it's, you know, tactical, and with the serrations, it's practical. Just, I hate the fact that every time I close it, I know that the sharpened part of my blade is hitting another metal piece. But granted, the main purpose of this knife is to stab, so you know, this part hitting metal isn't really going to affect anything. It's still going to stab the crap out of whatever it is that you want to stab. So, you know, it's up to you. If you're okay with that, then yeah, everything else about this knife is great. But I definitely think there's better options out there, better designs out there. But I don't know, if you're into a big knife that's good for tactical purposes, then yeah, this is a decent knife. Anyways, that's all I really got to say about this one. Thank you for watching. I hope this knife helps you with your next knife purchase, and tune in for the next episode. Alright, bye.